Hi, I'm John Orlando, and I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about Google Drive for educators. Now, before you start, you're going to need to sign up for a Google account, which takes all of 30 seconds. Once you sign up for a Google account, you'll have access to a myriad of different applications, and more I'm using Google applications in my work. Once you sign up, you can also download the Chrome browser, and I really recommend that because what will happen is that all the applications that Google has will actually integrate to the top of the browser. That's what you see up here. So it makes it very easy to just click and get to the applications. It's also a very good browser. If you are using the Google browser, once you sign up for a Google account, all you have to do is hit this grid and you'll get all the various applications that you've signed up for. I'm going to go down to Drive. Here are all the documents on Google Drive. Now, Google Drive is a cloud-based location for storing documents. This location used to be called Google Docs, but it got changed to Google Drive. And the reason is that Google Docs is the feature used to edit the documents on Google Drive. That is, Google Drive is where the documents are housed, the repository, and Google Docs is the feature that you use when you open up a Google Drive document to edit that document. This can get a little confusing because it just all used to be called Google Docs. So just keep the distinction in mind. In some sense, this makes sense because this really serves two functions. One is it's a shared editing function, the Google Docs function. Also, by keeping your documents online, you can reach them from any computer in the world on the internet, and they're backed up. That's really the Google Drive function. Also, Google Drive can house a number of different types of documents. It can house text documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and even forms, which are essentially ways of collecting information. Now I've created a folder for certain documents, and we'll go up to that. And let's go down to a sample document. I simply click it. Now very often when you click a document, it will open up in a preview window, and you have to actually open it. And you may often have to open it in Google Docs. That is, you may find yourself going up to File, and then there will be a button that says Open in Google Docs. So just keep that in mind. Now here, what you see looks like an ordinary word processor, and Google Docs is essentially trimmed down the word processor by taking the functions that 95% of us use and just including those. You can upload a document to Google Drive, and then once you upload it, you go to the Share button. Now you have three options for sharing it. You can put it public on the web so that anyone on the internet can find it. There's no sign-in required. You can share it with those who have a link. This means that it's still on the internet and someone could wander across it, but it's not in the search feature. And given the URL, it's unlikely someone's going to run across it on their own. This is helpful if you don't want to spend the time identifying who you want to share with a document. You just want to, say, grab the link and then give it to 30 other people. It seems to me relatively secure. But if you're not completely confident, you can make it private. If you make it private, then only people that you have explicitly granted permission can reach the document. Now, once you make it private, you can grant a variety of different permissions. Those permissions are editing, in which case they can change anything on the document, commenting, in which case they can make comments, or just viewing, in which case they can't do anything else. If you want to make it private, then you have to enter the email addresses of the people that you want to share it with. To edit the document, you simply go down to any location and start typing. And if more than one people are editing at once, you will actually see multiple cursors moving at once, each with its own color. You can also make a comment. Just hit the comment button and you can start inserting a comment. And this is just like you would with a Word document. Another nice feature is history. If you want to see the history of the edits, you go up to File, go down to See Revision History, and now on the right-hand side, you see all the different revisions that have been made. So if I go to one, I'll see the revisions that have been made by that individual. Notice I can also restore this revision. So if you want, you can always back up to any prior version. Everything that's been done to the document is stored. So I would recommend you have your students put a document up. They can either upload a document as a Word document they've already created, or just create a new document from scratch and just start working on it. And then make sure to have them share it with you and give you at least commenting privileges so you can make comments on the document. Give it a try. I'm sure you'll like it.